Abandoned but not forgotten, the haunting ghost towns of America. What if I told you that some towns never truly die, that their echoes still whisper through the empty streets, and their shadows still lurk behind broken windows? Across the United States, hidden among mountains, deserts, and forests, lie ghost towns frozen in time, some abandoned by people, others not entirely deserted. From cursed mining settlements to towns swallowed by fire, from eerie legends to places where the past refuses to rest, these forgotten places hold secrets that will send chills down your spine. But beware, some say that those who take anything from these towns invite misfortune upon themselves, and others claim that certain spirits still guard their long-lost homes. Are you ready to uncover the chilling truth behind America's most mysterious ghost towns? Stay until the end. You might never look at an abandoned place the same way again. Centralia, Pennsylvania, the town that's been burning for over 60 years. Imagine a town where the ground beneath your feet could collapse at any moment. Since 1962, an underground coal fire has been burning beneath Centralia. It started as a simple trash fire, but quickly spread into abandoned coal mines. The fire still rages today, cracking roads, releasing toxic gas, and making the ground dangerously unstable. Most of the town's residents fled, but a few refused to leave. Today, eerie, graffiti-covered highways and steaming earth make Centralia one of the most surreal ghost towns in America. Would you dare to visit Jerome, Arizona, the wickedest town in the West? Perched on the side of Cleopatra Hill, Jerome was once a booming copper mining town. But it wasn't just the wealth that made this place famous, it was its lawlessness. This town had over 15,000 residents, but as the mines dried up, people left, and Jerome became a ghost town. Today, it's said to be one of the most haunted places in America. Visitors report ghostly figures in old saloons, unexplained voices in abandoned buildings, and an eerie feeling of being watched. Would you stay the night? Goldfield, Nevada, the boom town that refused to die. Goldfield was once the richest city in Nevada, producing over $86 million in gold. It had everything: banks, casinos, and even electric streetcars. But as gold mining declined, so did the town. A fire in 1923 destroyed most of Goldfield, leaving behind only a few buildings. One of them, the Goldfield Hotel, is notorious for paranormal activity. Guests claim they've heard screams, seen ghostly apparitions, and even felt an unseen force push them. Gold may no longer flow here, but something else lingers in the shadows. Virginia City, Montana, outlaws and ghosts of the Old West. Virginia City was once the heart of Montana's gold rush, but with riches came crime, and the town became notorious for its lawlessness. Legend has it that Sheriff Henry Plummer was secretly leading a gang of outlaws while pretending to enforce the law. He and his men were eventually captured and hanged without trial. Today, Virginia City is frozen in time, a living museum where visitors claim to see shadowy figures in old buildings and hear whispers of the past. Could the spirits of the executed criminals still roam these streets? Calico, California, the silver town that time forgot. Calico was once a thriving silver mining town, home to over 500 mines. But when silver prices crashed, the town was abandoned almost overnight. Today, Calico is a preserved ghost town, complete with old saloons, mining tunnels, and a cemetery. But some say the town is not as empty as it seems. Paranormal investigators claim to have captured ghostly voices and strange lights in the old buildings. Would you explore its dark tunnels alone? Kennecott, Alaska, a frozen time capsule. Deep in the Alaskan wilderness, the abandoned town of Kennecott stands as a haunting reminder of the copper mining boom. Once a thriving mining camp, Kennecott was suddenly abandoned in 1938. But instead of crumbling into ruin, the cold Alaskan climate has preserved it almost perfectly. Homes still have furniture inside, and mining equipment remains frozen in time. Walking through this ghost town feels like stepping into the past, but some say the spirits of miners who never left still linger in the shadows. Victor, Colorado, the hidden gold capital. While Cripple Creek gets all the attention, Victor was the true gold powerhouse of Colorado. In the early 1900s, its mines produced over $1 billion worth of gold. At its peak, Victor had over 500 mines and a bustling population. But as gold production declined, so did the town. Today, it's a quiet place filled with abandoned buildings and forgotten stories. Some believe that the spirits of miners still roam the hills, searching for gold that was never found. Thurmond, West Virginia, the railroad town that time left behind. Once a thriving coal town, Thurmond was built around the railroads. Trains brought business, prosperity, and a wild nightlife. But as coal mining declined, so did the town. Now it's nearly abandoned, with only a handful of residents remaining. Walking through its empty streets feels like stepping onto a movie set, except this is real. Some visitors report hearing the distant sounds of a train that never arrives. Shakespeare, New Mexico, a town of secrets and violence. Shakespeare, New Mexico, was a town built on silver mining and lawlessness. In the late 1800s, it became a hideout for outlaws, including the infamous Billy the Kid. Executions were common here, so common that the hotel's dining room doubled as a gallows. The town's brutal past has left behind stories of ghostly sightings and strange happenings. Is Shakespeare's violent history still echoing through its empty streets? South Pass City, Wyoming, gateway to the Wild West. South Pass City was once a bustling stop for pioneers heading west. Gold was discovered here, bringing miners and fortune seekers. But when the gold ran out, so did the people. Today, it's a well-preserved ghost town, with old buildings and artifacts still intact. Walking through South Pass City is like stepping back into the 1800s. Do the spirits of pioneers still wander its abandoned streets? Cahaba, Alabama, the ghosts of Alabama's first capital. Cahaba was Alabama's first state capital, but it didn't last long. Frequent floods made it unlivable, and by the late 1800s, it was abandoned. Now it's a mysterious ruin, with only a few buildings and a graveyard left. Visitors often report hearing footsteps, whispers, and even the sound of a horse-drawn carriage passing by. Could the spirits of Cahaba's past still be lingering in the mist? Piedmont, Wyoming, the ghost town that was erased by the railroad? Once, this town was alive with the sound of trains and the bustle of a thriving community. But one day, everything changed. In 1869, Piedmont was an important stop along the Union Pacific Railroad. It even had coal kilns that fueled the mighty steam engines. But then, in a twist of fate, the railroad that gave Piedmont life also took it away. When the railway line was rerouted, the town's entire infrastructure became useless. By the 1940s, the last residents had left, and Piedmont vanished from the map. Today, only stone ruins remain, a haunting reminder of a town erased by progress. St. Elmo, Colorado, the ghost town where the residents never left. St. Elmo is one of the best preserved ghost towns in the U.S. But is it truly abandoned? Founded in 1880 during the gold rush, St. Elmo once had over 2,000 residents, complete with hotels, shops, and even a telegraph office. But as the mines closed, the population dwindled. By the mid-20th century, only a handful of families remained. One of the last known residents was Annabelle Stark, a woman who refused to leave, even as the town faded around her. Some say she never really left. Visitors have reported seeing curtains move in locked buildings and hearing strange noises at night. Are you ready to visit a town where even ghosts refuse to leave? Garnet, Montana, the most mysterious ghost town of the Wild West. Garnet isn't just another abandoned town, it's a place where time stands still. At its peak in 1898, over 1,000 people lived here, mining for gold and building a bustling community. But by 1905, the mines began to dry up and residents slowly drifted away. In 1912, a massive fire destroyed most of the wooden structures, sealing the town's fate. Today, Garnet is one of the few ghost towns protected as a historic site. But some believe it's still inhabited, not by people, but by spirits. Local guides speak of unseen footsteps echoing through empty buildings and ghostly figures appearing in windows. Would you dare to spend the night here? Bodie, California, a frozen-in-time town with a dark past. Bodie is one of America's most famous and eeriest ghost towns, with a history filled with tragedy, fortune, and curses. In 1876, the town exploded with gold fever, drawing over 10,000 residents. But along with wealth came crime, fires, and mysterious deaths. Newspapers once called Bodie a hell on earth. When the gold ran out, the town emptied. By 1942, the last residents had left, and Bodie became a ghost town. But some say its former inhabitants never truly departed. A local legend warns that anyone who takes even a small rock from Bodie will be cursed with bad luck. Over the years, countless tourists have mailed back stolen artifacts, begging for forgiveness. Would you test the legend yourself? Shaniko, Oregon, the wolf town that survived but was left behind. Shaniko is a ghost town that had every opportunity to thrive, but never did. In the early 1900s, it was the wool capital of the West, bustling with markets, banks, schools, and grand hotels. But when the railroad chose a different route, the town was left isolated and began to wither. Today, Shaniko still stands, its old hotel and storefronts frozen in time. But some say the town isn't as empty as it seems. Legends tell of wolves that still guard these lands. Visitors have reported hearing eerie howls at night and seeing shadowy figures moving between buildings. Is it just the wind or something more? America's ghost towns hold countless secrets, and some may never be uncovered. Which of these places did you find the most chilling? Would you dare to visit one? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us create more fascinating stories for you. And to make sure you never miss a new upload, hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.